Na-experience mo na ba to? You're about to speak in a meeting or magpo-post ka ng idea mo online or maybe you feel na gusto mo mag-share ng ideas and realizations mo sa maraming tao. And suddenly your mind says, baka hindi pa ako ready? Or who am I to share this? Di naman ako perfect. Or marami pang mas magaling sa akin, hayaan ko na lang sila. Or baka ma-find out eventually ng mga tao na hindi ko alam lahat. Even though alam mo naman na may experience ka na. You've studied, you've worked hard, you've helped people, pero may moment pa rin na parang sinasabi ng isip mo, hindi naman talaga ako ganon kagaling. If you've ever felt this episode is for you. Most of us were taught that when life gets harder, the answer is to think harder. But many of the biggest breakthroughs in my life didn't come from thinking more. They came from understanding the mind and learning how to quiet it. If you're a business owner, leader, or professional dealing with stress, uncertainty, and the challenges that come with growth, you're in the right place. In this podcast, I share realizations about life, work, and the mind, and how quieting the mind helps us think more clearly, make better decisions, and take focused, effective action. Welcome to Realizations with Clarissa. The most interesting thing about imposter syndrome is this. Hindi siya proof na hindi ka qualified. Very often, it's simply the mind thinking too much about how other people see you. And when the mind becomes crowded with those thoughts, kahit capable ka na, pwede ka pa ring magduda sa sarili mo. And if you've experienced this, you're not alone. Maraming capable people ang nakaka-experience nito. Kahit sobrang successful na, kahit ang daming credentials. And I remember a time nung first time kong maisip na mag-start nitong podcast. Even though I had already been speaking and training people for years, when I thought of sharing my realizations sa podcast, my mind asked, who am I to guide other people? Maybe kailangan ko muna maging very successful muna bago ako mag-share ng alam ko. Maybe hindi pa ako ready. And what's interesting is this, from the outside, everything looked fine. People were finding my coaching sessions very helpful. May clarity sila, nagpapasalamat sila. People attending my workshops and trainings, they're very thankful. Pero inside my mind, may mga moments pa rin ng doubt. And that's when I realized something important. The problem was not my ability. The problem was how much I was listening to the doubtful voice in my mind. And the mistake that many people make when they experience imposter syndrome is this. Akala nila automatic na totoo yung iniisip nila. Hindi nila napapansin na thoughts lang ito na dumadaan lang sa isip natin. So, they try to fix themselves. Iniisip nila, kailangan ko pa ng isang certification, ng isang degree, ng master's, ng PhD o kung ano man yan. Kailangan ko pang mag-prepare ng sobra. Kailangan ko pang patunayan ang sarili ko. Of course, preparation is good. Pero kapag galing sa fear or not being enough, kahit gaano ka pa maghanda, parang hindi pa rin sapat. Because the mind keeps moving the finish line. Kahit anong ma-achieve mo, may bagong standard na naman na siniset ang isip mo. And because people believe those thoughts, nagbabago din ang actions nila. So, hindi sila nagsasalita kahit may magandang idea sila. Pinapatagal nila ang pag-share ng work nila. Nag-over-prepare. Nagdi-delay ng decisions. Kinukumpara nila ang sarili nila sa ibang tao. Minsan pinipili na lang nila na manahimik na lang kesa mag-contribute. They wait for the moment when they finally feel ready. Pero kadalasan, that moment rarely arrives na feeling mo ready ka na talaga. And underneath these behaviors, may mga thoughts na paulit-ulit na lumalabas. The thoughts usually sound like this. Oh, maybe hindi talaga ako ganun kagaling. What if magkamali ako? What if makita nila na hindi ko alam lahat? Right? And underneath these thoughts is a simple fear. The fear of being exposed. Parang may takot na isang araw biglang makita ng mga tao hindi ka naman pala kasing galing ng iniisip nila. And the mind is trying to protect you from embarrassment, rejection, or criticism. And it believes that if you stay hidden, you will stay safe. But safety comes with a hidden cost. It actually gives you the opposite of what it promises. The mind promises protection sa kung ano ang pwedeng mangyari, but what it actually creates is restriction. Instead of protecting your growth, it slows you down. Instead of helping your confidence, it weakens it. Instead of helping you contribute more, it keeps your voice quiet. The very thoughts that promise safety can quietly create self-doubt, hesitation, and missed opportunities. Unti-unti nitong nililimitahan ang mga kaya mong gawin. At kapag paulit-ulit mong pinapakinggan yung voice na yon sa isip mo, slowly you become someone who holds back, second-guessing yourself, waiting for permission, even if deep inside, alam mo that you are capable of so much more. Parang swimmer lang na marunong nang lumangoy. Pero bago siya pumasok sa tubig, anong sinasabi ng isip niya? What if malunod ako? What if nakalimutan ko na paano lumangoy? What if pagtawanan ako ng mga tao? And that's real life experience for me kasi ganun yung mga thoughts ko before. But if someone keeps listening to those thoughts, they might stay standing lang dyan sa gilid ng pool. Oh, and the problem is not their ability to swim. The problem is the noise in the mind that keeps them from entering the water and enjoying swimming kahit dun sa malalim. And the real shift happens when we realize something simple but powerful. Thoughts are not commands. They are just mental activity. And the mind is always scanning for danger. That's its job. Ginagawa niya lang yung trabaho niya. But you don't have to believe every thought it produces. So when you notice the thought na maybe hindi ako good enough, instead of arguing with it or believing it, you can just notice it. May doubt ulit sa isip ko. And then gently return your attention to what you're doing. Or maybe your breathing, your body, the present moment. And that is enough to settle the noise in your mind. And when the mind settles, clarity returns. And from that calmer place, you can simply do the next step na hindi ka na controlled nung fearful thoughts. So instead of waiting until mawala lahat ng doubt mo, the healthier way is this. Learn to move forward even when the mind is trying to stop you. Speak even when your mind says you're not ready. Share your ideas even when your mind is unsure. Act from clarity, not from the voice of fear. And a more helpful belief is this. I don't need to know everything to contribute something valuable. Because nobody knows everything. Not leaders, not experts, not speakers. What matters is showing up with sincerity and willingness to learn. And when you stop believing every doubtful thought, your work becomes lighter. You participate more. Your ideas start flowing more naturally. Your relationships improve because people see the real you na hindi na held back by fear and insecurities. And most importantly, your mind becomes calmer. So pati well-being mo nag-i-improve when you stop believing all those thoughts. So instead of becoming someone who hides, you become someone who shows up, someone who contributes, someone who learns while doing, someone who trusts that growth happens through action. So, parang musician na nagpe-perform sa stage. Diba? Ang daming tao sa audience. And even experienced musicians sometimes feel nervous before performing. But they still play. And once the music begins, anong nangyayari? Their mind quiets down because their attention shifts from nervousness and fear to the music itself. And life works the same way. When we shift attention from self-doubt to the action in front of us, confidence naturally grows. And we don't even need affirmations like, oh, I'm confident, I'm good enough, I'm capable. Dati ginagawa ko yan. But when we stop having negative thoughts about ourselves, we naturally feel good about ourselves. That's effortless, unconditional confidence. And that arises from clear thinking. Kapag hindi ka nag-e-engage sa doubtful thoughts. So imagine what becomes possible when you stop letting doubt decide your actions. You speak your ideas more freely. You contribute your talents, your gifts more fully. You experience more freedom in your work. And you realize something powerful. That the confidence you were waiting for often appears after you start moving forward. And many people I've worked with discover this shift. At first, puno ng doubt ang isip nila. But once they learn how to step out of the noise of the mind, their confidence grows naturally. So try this the next time your mind says, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. Pause for a moment. Take one slow breath. And notice the thought without fighting it, without judging it. Then ask yourself, what is the next small action I can take right now? And simply do that small action. Hindi kailangang perfect ang action. Kailangan lang you do the next step. And if this episode resonated with you, you might enjoy the 7-day mental fitness challenge. In the challenge, I guide you through simple daily practices that help you notice what the mind is doing. And then help you learn how to settle the mental noise and act from clarity. Because confidence is not something we wait for. It's something that grows when we train the mind to respond differently to thoughts. If you'd like to experience that for yourself, you can join the 7-day mental fitness challenge using the link in the description. And if the episode helped you today, share it with someone who might also need this reminder. And remember, sometimes the voice that says you're not ready, it's simply the mind doing its job of scanning for danger. You don't have to believe everything it says. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply take the next step anyway. Kung nakaka-relate ka sa episode na to, follow or subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss future episodes. And if you know someone who might find this helpful, feel free to share it with them. And thank you for spending this time with me. I'll see you in the next episode of Realizations with Clarissa. And keep building your mental fitness. Because a stronger mind helps us live better and work better.